Pizza is delicious. Now, people try to make it too pretentious, you know. Oh, I have these special oyster mushrooms, and the sauce is freshly squeezed by my own hands from tomatoes that Grandma sent over from the old country. Nah, you don't need that. So today, I'm going to show you how to properly top a pizza, because too many of you make homemade pizza, you do it wrong. You're setting yourself up for failure construction-wise. You did not get your engineering degrees from Stanford. Yeah, that's for sure. So starting out, we have our delicious homemade crust. Now, the homemade crust recipe is a secret. We'll not be giving it out. It's the only secret I have besides my second family. Whoops. So we got our base here. Toppings wise, we got sauce. Now, we're definitely going everyman here, not pretentious at all. This is actually store-bought sauce mixed with a little bit of tomato paste. I'll explain that in a second. We got our mozzarella cheese, and again, this isn't special goat's milk mozzarella brought from the mountains of Syria. No, this is just straight up bagged. And also, none of my bowls match because this ain't Food Network. Yeah. We also have pepperoni, as you can see, very much store-bought. Sausage that was cooked earlier, off camera. And then some portobello mushrooms. This might be the most fancy thing ever because they weren't even on sale. I know, baller alert. And then also, we got red onions. And we'll finish it off with a little bit of Kobe Jack mixed cheese. I'll explain all that when we get there. We also got the dog running around. So we got our pizza right here. And the reason I put the little bit of tomato paste is because a lot of store-bought, people usually do spaghetti sauce. And even the canned pizza sauce, they're too runny. And what will happen is that when this thing is baking, the crust is soaked and it won't get crispy on the bottom, and that is no good for anyone. So we thicken it up with just a smidgen of tomato paste. This is half of the small can. Again, we don't go into like real measurements here. I mean, no one outside of America, no one in America knows what a gram weighs. Ain't nobody got time for that. And there we are. A nice little, ooh, a little bit more on the side here. A nice little thin coat. You don't want too thick. And also, thickening it up a little bit with the tomato paste is going to help structurally wise because it'll be nice like that. Now, what a lot of people do is they'll put, oh, it's meat time, let's get ready to go, bum, bum, bum. And you'll see a lot of bar pizzas are set up like that, where the toppings actually aren't the toppings, they're underneath the cheese. And you'll remember many times, like when you're biting into a cheese piece, usually cut in squares, that the entire thing will just slide right off. Like the toppings, the melted cheese on top, and then too much sauce, slide. Bad structural integrity. Now what you do, just take a little bit of the cheese, not too much, a really thin layer of cheese. That's going to be your mortar when you're building, putting your bricks up and building your building there. Now, it is time for the pepperoni. Dun, dun, dun. We have our layer of pepperoni all up in there ready to go. So what you do, add another layer. Essentially treat this like your mortar. If you're slinging cinder block, that's what you do. So there we go. Lock in that pepperoni, because the pepperoni as it bakes is going to get a little bit greasier. And that's why you don't put it right on the sauce. And also that's why you don't use too much sauce, because otherwise that slice is just going to turn into a slick. We're just like, ain't nobody got time for that. Now, we got sausage up next. Everybody into the pool. Oh yeah. We're slightly carnivorous in our family, if you can't tell. There we go. Mushrooms up next. Yeah, who are we kidding? I didn't really care for mushrooms growing up, but eventually I grew to love them. My dad really liked them, and when we had family pizza night, we wouldn't even get fresh mushrooms. We would get the canned mushrooms, which, talking about adding liquid to the sauce, if you're going to add canned mushrooms, and I'm mad at you if you do that, Make sure you drain them really well. Same thing with pineapple. Like when you're making Hawaiian pizza, too many people will just put the pineapple straight on from the can, and that's no good. Just think of the pizza. Liquid, bad. Anytime you're adding anything liquid, try and dry it off. And also, like green peppers too. And last but not least, personal favorite, the red onions, which we only add to half because my wife does not like onions at all. But Andy does. Yes, he does. And we'll do one more layer of the mozzarella. Oh, yeah. This is really inexact. They call pizza making art. It's not really an art. It's finger painting at best. Yeah. And last but not least, the Kojak. I like just a little Kojak around the top just to add a little bit of color, a little bit of extra layer of flavor in there as well. And before you put in the oven, make sure everything is sort of evened out towards the layers, because there's nothing worse than a pizza that's too heavy in the middle, if you know what I mean. Even though, ironically, pizza does make you heavy in the middle. Wow. So, off to the oven. And because I'm a certified idiot, I deleted the reveal portion of the video, so we'll have to settle for some crappy screenshots and an even crappier voiceover. For more food tips and bad sports takes and cute pictures of my kid, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Andy Carlson Show, baby. Take care.